Hello, fam. I'm your host, Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to another episode of Eagles Talk, the number one Eagles coverage show on Facebook that is by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. Now, as always, we start off with what you can do. Everyone has a job here. This is an interactive show. We, the hosts, we do our job, and you, the audience, you do yours. And let me tell you what a wonderful job you've been doing. Thank you for watching and supporting the show as you do. We appreciate it. Now, first things first, make sure you share this show. Share it on your Facebook page. Share it on all your social media sites, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere and everywhere. And when you share our show, make sure to throw in the hashtag Eagles Talk. Second, if you're watching and have not yet gone to our Facebook page and liked and or followed our page, do so now. In addition, Eagles Talk is now a podcast found in iTunes and on the iOS platform, as well as on the Android platform. Just choose your favorite podcast player and search Eagles Talk. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast and stay up to date with our latest episodes. Again, thanks. If this is your first time here, we are Eagles Talk, the interactive podcast by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. We hold a Facebook live show, which you're watching now, which we record as an audio podcast. It's a laid-back atmosphere, and we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots, which we do at the beginning of each talking point, which we have divided into 4 quarters, just like a game. So that's how it goes down here at Eagles Talk for all the newcomers. Look, guys, welcome. This is our first time talking to you guys since our draft show special, and you can hear me. That's a big accomplishment in itself. I have to apologize because on our draft special, my audio was horrible. What's up, Ray? And you can barely hear me. You can hear the other two, but you can barely hear me, and I apologize for that. We were it was my fault. You know, I do everything, technical director and audio director, AD. So it was my fault, but we were up against the clock and I wasn't able to check the audio like I should have, like I should have had I had the time. But we had a great time at our gracious host, Kevin Paul Hill, in his man cave. And I took you guys around and it was just a wonderful atmosphere. We enjoyed, didn't let the guys go home. We had to all crash at my place, and that was okay. Everything was great. What's up, Ray? I think we had a great draft. I think we did. We had a great draft, and we're going to go over that. Excuse me. We're going to go over that draft. We didn't have many picks. We didn't have many, but I don't think we had a lot of holes either. What's up, Chris? What's up? Christopher Burton, our admin, is out there. Michael Bryce, good stuff, fam. What's up? We're going to talk about it. You guys let me know while you're out there because my co-hosts are running late. You know, they forget we do this on Monday. I don't know how they forget, but anyway, they're running behind. So you guys let me know what you thought of the draft as we go over it. Again, thank you, Chris, for all the updates that you do on our page. It's very thankful. I mean, I'm very grateful for all that you do on the page, man. And I have to forego the beginning quarter shots because I don't have the gang here and I have something to do, so I can't partake in shots today. So we're gonna have to skip that. But I am going to go right into. Just give me a second here. Let me set the clock because I have to put myself on a timer or I will talk too much. So had a great weekend though. We'll talk some Sixers too. What's up, Corey Robinson? Oh, let me put you guys up on the screen. Here we go. Corey Robinson. What's up, Dante? What's up, Michael Bryce? Good stuff, fam. Ray, what's up? We're getting ready to talk about it. I don't think we did bad. But everybody in the division has running backs now. Wow. Saquon Barkley went to the Giants and Geis went to the Redskins. So it's a good thing we have a formidable running defense because we're going to need that now. We're definitely going to need it against everyone in the division. Everyone has solid running backs. I mean, we still have to see what Geis does, but he was rated high. I thought we were going to get him, as a matter of fact. So let me just start that up, and we're going to start the first quarter by doing a draft recap. What's up? Cousin Sean is on there. What's up, cuz? Live from Barbecue Kingdom. Yes, you have got to try this. This is my cousin. I know he's my cousin. I'm a toot his horn, but he makes the best barbecue. I'm telling you, man. He puts his sauce on there and he calls it lipstick. He puts his lipstick up on the ribs, and I'm telling you, if you can't wear like this shirt, this is nice, right? White shirt, Eagles talk and everything. You can't wear a shirt like this and eat this man's barbecue because you will mess the shirt up. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed that you will mess a shirt like this up eating my man barbecue ribs there. So let me get to Chris Burton. I think the draft was good. We didn't need to fill a lot of holes, but we got some things that I think we needed. Yes, that's what I think too. Let's just go over exactly who we got. Now, first of all, we had the number 32 overall pick in Thursday night's draft. It was kind of disappointing because we had to watch the whole first round, and I had a feeling that we might trade out of that 32 spot down into the second round to get some more picks, and that's exactly what happened. So that was good for us. But as Eagles fans watching, that was not the most exciting thing to do on draft night when you are waiting or eager to hear them announce our pick as Super Bowl champions. So we didn't get a chance to really partake or enjoy that first night there because we didn't have a pick. We traded out at the last second. So we traded our number 32 overall pick on Thursday night out of the first round, gave it to Baltimore, and they chose Lamar Jackson, quarterback. And that was good for him. Good for him. I'm glad the young guy got a break. So we in return, we got the number 52 pick in the second round, the number 125 pick in the third round, and a 2019 second round pick. So we gained some picks by moving out of the round, which was okay. Like I said, going into it, we didn't have a lot of holes to fill, but one of them we did have to fill. We filled with the first pick, our first pick in the draft, which was the second round pick. We traded up to the 49 pick to get Dallas Goedert and tight end out of South Dakota State, and we leapfrogged the Dallas Cowboys, who are in a need now of a tight end because Jason Witten is considering retiring. Let me go to a couple comments here, and I thought that was a good move because this guy is like rated the top tight end in the draft. So we get to replace a very talented tight end that we lost in Trey Burton and a longtime veteran in Brett Selleck. He left, and now we have this guy who's the top rated tight end, very athletic, big guy, and great pass catching tight end. So a lot of people compare him to Zach Ertz. I mean, he's a little taller, but they compare him to Zach Ertz in his athleticism. So that was great. Let me go to a couple comments. Corey Robertson, I would give us an A-, B+ on the draft. I'm in that range too, Corey. I would definitely grade it as that. Eli Turner, David Akers was one of the best things in the draft. Yes, he was. Now we were not able to enjoy announcing the draft pick on that first night. But when it was time for us to announce that first draft pick, our very own David Akers went up there, and we remember what happened at the draft in Philadelphia last year with Drew Pearson trolling us in our city at our draft, so to speak. And David Akers, I think, repaid that trolling incident tenfold. He was magnificent. I have to give it to him, and I love him for that. And I think he did a way better job than Drew Pearson. And people were skeptical to have David Akers up there doing that, but he actually was the highlight of the draft for me. I thought he handled it great with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of passion, and it felt good because we are the Super Bowl champions. So when he ran it down, NFC East champs, division champs, world champs, I mean, it was I got goosebumps. And so thank you to David Akers. Ray Sowers have a good line for them backs. Yeah, my family Eagles, big up Pete Rock out there. Let's talk Sixers. Yeah, we're going to talk some Sixers, Pete Rock. Let me go over the draft results first before we get there. So we trade up in the second round. We get a tight end. We get the tight end from South Dakota State, Dallas. We leapfrog Dallas to get Dallas. So we get Dallas Goddard. And then in the fourth round, we have 2 picks. So at number 125, we get Avonte Maddox, a cornerback out of Pittsburgh, a slot cornerback. We need a slot cornerback. Little undersized, but very athletic and the hard nose, a good hitter. He'll get in there and make some tackles, which is great for a Jim Schwartz defense. He likes those cornerbacks that are aggressive and can tackle. So this guy fits the mold in that. Like I said, a little short, but it doesn't matter if he makes plays on the ball. So hopefully he can fill that position and be very productive this year. The next fourth round pick we got at number 30 was Josh Sweat, defensive in Florida State. They say this guy has first round talent, very athletic, very fast off the end. I know we have an awesome defensive line, but you can't. The rich get richer, as you could say. This guy was a first round talent. The only reason why he didn't go in the first round is what I'm hearing is he has a history of knee problems, but he hasn't been hurt since he's been in college. His last knee problem, he had knee problems in high school, but in his college career, he hasn't had an issue. So we're going to hope that stands up in his pro debut or in his pro career, let's say. The sixth round, 206 pick, we got Matt Pryor, offensive tackle from TCU. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. TCU. So we got some more offensive line depth. And then in the seventh round, the 233rd pick, we got probably the talk of our draft class because this is very unconventional. We got a guy who's never played football, American football in his life. And we drafted him as an offensive tackle. His name is Jordan Mailata from South Sydney. He's an Australian rugby player. And this guy is a behemoth of a guy. He's like 6'8", 346 pounds. If you haven't seen his highlight of him playing rugby, he's a man child, and he runs over these little kids. He looks like he's playing against little kids. And it's incredible. And they're hoping to be able to shape him into an offensive tackle, and that would be great if they're able to do that. So everybody's talking about him. Let me just go to a couple comments as I get back. John Barton. John, thanks for tuning in. I'll give you the shout out. Straight out of Philly, Tailgate Club is New Orleans bound. Eagles Talk should go with us and broadcast from our tailgate party. We're seriously considering that, John, because we do plan on doing a couple road trips. So we are seriously considering that. We just have to work out some logistics, because if we go to the game, we can't do the show. So we have to pick either or. So, we cover this show. So we go into the game, we're not going to have the logistics are just not there for us to be able to do both. So we're talking about it. Ruben Rivera, I guess he's talking about our tight end. He said he's a Travis Kelce clone. Goddard from Dallas Goddard that we drafted in the second round. Ruben Rivera also talks about Sweat. Sweat is a steal provided he stays healthy. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing he's a steal in the round, in the fourth round, and that we got him, that he's very athletic, and that would be great. I don't know what that says. If he steps up and he plays up to his potential, I don't know if that's the writing on the wall for Brandon Graham. Are they trying to say, because we have not yet come to any type of agreement with Brandon Graham on the extension. So I don't know. I mean, I know I love Brandon. He's like one of our best defensive ends and all. But when you look down the line, we're going to have to unlock the vault in a year or two for Carson Wentz. And everybody's just not going to be able to be had. So we're going to need cheap labor. And if this guy lives up or comes in and he is that steal in the draft that they talk about, and we get a lot of value out of that pick, that may be the writing on the wall for Brandon Graham. We may not be able to compensate him properly to keep him. So that's where that thinking might have come in too, because people were thinking, why did we get a defensive end? Well, that's where that might have been. All right, that is the end of the first quarter. I'm gonna go to some comments before I go into the second quarter. And Silk Potna says, awesome. Angel Ortiz, let's talk about the 6'8", 346-pound rugby player. We'll talk about him, Angel. I just talked about him. This guy, I saw his highlight film. He looks like he was playing. He looked like a high school. No, he looked like a college player playing amongst elementary school kids. That's what he looks like on the rugby field. The highlights that I saw, he was that much bigger than everyone, and he was athletic because he was moving pretty speedily for a giant of his size, 6'8", 346 pounds. If he can translate those athletic abilities into an offensive tackle, he could be dominant. If he can learn it, he looks like he could be dominant. He has the size, no doubt. Christopher Burton, I don't know about this rugby player we got. I hear you, Chris. Rate the rugby player. What do you think of him? I think he's a long shot right now. I mean, he's showing a lot of athletic ability, but they said they worked him out, or he's been working already on some football skills. So I'm going to trust Joe Douglas and Howie on this one. I hear there is a provision about signing foreign players where you get an exception or you get a break sort of to be able to sign a foreign player and not count as heavily towards your roster as someone else. So it was worth the pick in the 7th round, I guess they thought. B. Dizzle Williams from KCMO, but rep them Eagles all day. I don't know if we address our pass rush problems. What do you think? I think we do. Well, first of all, we have an outstanding line already, and we just added to that with a steal, I think, in Josh Sweat. We just added to that. So we're already rich along the defensive line. I think our pass rush is going to be as good as it was last year, if not better. We upgraded. We lost Vinny Curry, and in his place, we got Michael Bennett. Upgrade to me. We got Nada in place of, who did we lose? Bo Allen. Upgrade. So I think we are already upgraded our line before we even chose this guy in the draft. So I don't think our pass rush is going to be suffering. We still have Brandon Graham. We still have Derek Barnett, and now Chris Long is coming back. And I look for Derek Barnett to be better this year. 5.5 sacks in his rookie season, and I think he's going to be more improved this year. So I don't think we're going to have any problem. And if this guy, we get to bring Sweat along a little slower. He doesn't have a lot of pressure on him, but he's going to have limited opportunity to show what he has. He's just going to have to make the best of it. Derek Barnett did a great job in his limited exposure. He had enough exposure, but he made the best of it. So hopefully Sweat can do the same. But I'm not concerned about our pass rush. I'm really not. Ray Sowers, he's a beast. If he can't wait to bring him in on a 4th and goal, good luck defense. He's talking about the rugby player. Mike Maurer, go Birds. Thanks, Mike, for tuning in. Corey Robinson, I heard he could possibly be BG's replacement. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ray Sowers, I'm going back a little bit. Ray Sowers, he's a beast. I can't wait for him to be brought in. Oh, yeah, I already said that. Jordan Mayada. We could trade BG before the season. I don't know if I'd do that, trading BG before the season. They're definitely going to have to see him in the OTAs before they make a move like that. And they're usually good evaluators of talent, especially after OTAs and such. And they had come to that conclusion of we can move Jordan Matthews after the OTAs and seeing the improvement that Nelson Aguilar made during the offseason. That's what prompted them to be able to make that trade to get Ron Darby for Jordan Matthews. So a lot of evaluating goes on during the offseason programs in those OTAs. So I don't know. I guess if Sweat looks that great, or they look like we have enough depth, it's a possibility. I don't know. If they can get something to value for him, I wouldn't put anything past Howie. And after winning the Super Bowl, it's in Howie we trust. Howie gets some leeway now. Christopher Burton, I could see the rugby player coming out of the backfield and goal line situations. Yeah, I could see that also.